my name is Katie and welcome to Skeptical Yarn. So for me, today is September 3rd, which means that we have 1 month about till October, which means that it is almost Halloween. Okay, so what I want to do is get started on my Halloween-y type projects. So I thought it'd be fun to do a video of me just doing that, kind of just like a little craft with me vlog. So yeah, I have 2 projects planned that I want to make. The first one is gonna be some Halloween socks. So I recently made my first pair of socks, so this will be my second pair, and I want to cast these on. And I'm just going to do a vanilla pair of socks. I'm going to be loosely following the vanilla stripy socks pattern by Caroline Sommerfeld, but it's mostly just going to be what I remember, how I remember to do the socks. I might just need help like doing the exact like heel turn and stuff like that. But yeah, that's my plan for this skein of yarn. So this is the Hobie Halloween Scary Sock Wool. It might be new at Hobie, I'm not completely sure, but it is really cute. It is 75% wool and 25% polyamide. It's 100 grams, 400 meters, or 448 yards, so definitely enough for a pair of socks. Let's see, so I will be using, for this project, I'm going to use my tiny circulars, and these are, I think, 2.5 millimeters. They're not labeled, but I'm pretty sure they're 2.5 millimeters. So yeah, that's the first one. And then the second project I have planned is actually a work in progress. So a few years ago around Halloween time, I decided to crochet a couple of hats for me and my boyfriend, and this was one of them. This was gonna be my hat. I'm not really a hat person, so I might finish this and then still like give it to my boyfriend or something, but yeah, this is my whip. So as you can see, I'm pretty much almost done with it. By the way, it's the, here, let me see what pattern it is. This is the Hallow Beanie pattern by Ty Bailey. They have a bunch of charts that you can follow to make this beanie. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's really freaking cool, and I'm completely done with the color work portion, so all I have to do is finish the white part of the hat, and then I'm done. So this we could definitely get finished. And this uses a 3.5 millimeter hook. So, and I have plenty of yarn left. This is just probably loops and threads acrylic. So those are my 2 projects that I have planned. I am thinking maybe we could also do like some sort of like Halloween garland type thing, like a pumpkin garland or like a ghost garland, something like that. I think that could be cute. So that's definitely something that I will look around for. I don't know if I'm going to be crocheting anything for my Halloween costume, but if I am, if I do decide to do that, we'll probably do that in this video as well. But I don't know what I'm going to be for Halloween yet, so we'll see. But yeah, so that's what is happening now. I'm going to, I really want to start these socks, so I'm going to actually wind this skein up into 2 equal size balls so that I can, I don't knit my socks at the same time because I only have the 1 set of needles, but I kind of like switch back and forth. I like to do that so that I'm not only finishing 1 sock. I might get another pair of these, honestly. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna wind this up and cast those on. And some clear soup, and you're getting, we have our 2 cakes, so let's get started.
I encountered my setback. I'm still motivated. I'm still excited. I'm still in this race. I still have a chance at winning. And tonight,
okay, so we have an update. Today is September 6th. So I've been working on the sock for a couple days, for a few days, and we are here. So I have the cuff done and most of the leg. I think I'm going to keep going so it's a few more inches long. but I am really, really loving how this is working up. I think the pattern, the self-striping, is so cool. I love the little like dapples here. Also, this is my stitch marker I'm using. This is also from Hobie. I got like a stitch marker set, Halloween stitch marker set, so super cute and festive. But yeah, I just wanted to check in since I feel like I got so much of this sock done since Wednesday, and I'm still working on it, so I'm really having a lot of fun. Hello, it's a couple days later from when I last checked in. We're currently at this much progress on my first sock. So I knitted the leg to be as long as I want it. So I transferred half the stitches to a DPN needle, and I guess saying DPN needle is kind of redundant. But anyway, it's transferred onto this double pointed needle. And I actually got started on the second sock because I am trying to knit them semi simultaneously. So here's the little cuff I have going. But I really did want to check in just because I am leaving for work soon, and I think what I'm going to do is bring my clown beanie to see if I could work on it a little bit at work, just because for some reason, well, the ribbing, when I'm doing ribbing, I notice that I have a tendency to purl really loosely. So what I do, like, I kind of like overcompensate, so I specifically focus on knitting my purl stitches pretty tight. So it puts a lot of strain on my hands, I think, especially like switching back and forth between knitting and purling with the ribbing. So I'm gonna see if crochet might be a little bit better for my hands today. Honestly, maybe I could finish this. I might need to bring a measuring tape to see. But here's what it looks like folded in half. Honestly, it's already pretty close to being done, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video. So really don't think this is gonna take me long. Have my hook here, and yeah, maybe I can finish it at work tonight. We will see. Also, a lot of updates right now. I did decide what I'm gonna be for Halloween this year. So I'm going to be Marceline from Adventure Time, Marceline the Vampire Queen. And what I want to do is knit her sweater, her cat sweater. If you don't know what I'm talking about, here it is. This little cat sweater here. So I bought the yarn to do that the other night. So I'm just waiting for it to ship. And then once it comes, we can do a little yarn haul. And that, since it's such a big project, that is definitely going to be my like main focus. I still really want to finish the socks, but yeah, hopefully we can get this finished tonight or tomorrow. And then I can focus on the socks until the sweater yarn comes, and then I can fully focus on the sweater so I can get it done by Halloween. September 8th is today, Monday. So we still have some time. Hopefully we can get it done. But I will see you when that yarn comes. Or when I finish this hat. Whatever comes first.
I'm going to have to look up the pattern myself. I'm pairing this one with the solid black because I don't want it to be too...
Hello, so it has been a few days since the last update. I did get a new phone, so I'm hoping that I will be able to film short clips like this without my microphone for once. So that'll be a little more convenient for me so I can update more often. But I wanted to definitely show you what is going on because there's a lot that has happened recently. A lot of updates. First update, I finished the clown hat. So I think it looks awesome. Here is the inside. You want to see the inside with all my color work floats, that sort of stuff. Yeah, all the ends are woven in. I didn't block it. I don't think I'm gonna block it just because I don't want it to stretch out too much since it is a hat, but there we go. The thing is, I don't really wear hats. It's maybe a little tall. I don't know, but I think what I'm gonna do is give it to somebody as a gift for Christmas or something, or maybe just because I like it. I think it's a really cool design. Like, I like the scary clown, but like I said, I don't wear hats really, so this is not gonna get use from me. But I finished it, and I think it's cool. So that is one project done, and I am really glad to check that off my list. Next thing I will show you is our socks. I've made good progress on these as well. So this was the first sock I started, and as you can see, I've done the heel flap and the I've turned the heel as well, so I'm up to that on this one. And then I switched over to the second sock for now to do the same thing on this one. So I'm working on the heel flap, and then I'll turn the heel, and then I'll probably go back to the other sock and pick up stitches for the gusset. But that's where we're at with those. I feel like I'm making a lot of good progress with those, and I'm really excited to see how they turn out. It's September 20th today, so we still have a good amount of time, like about a month-ish left before I want everything finished, because I want to finish a little bit before Halloween. So also, I did mention that I am going to be making the Marceline sweater, so I have been working a lot on that. First, I'll show you the yarn that we have. So I ordered Knitting for Olive heavy merino. This is the color Plum Clay. It's a worsted weight. It is 100% merino wool, and yeah, so I got this color for the main color of the sweater. It's supposed to be like a dark gray, but I'm not a huge fan of gray, so I really like that this is more like warm tone. It almost looks like a brown gray-ish kind of color. It's almost a little purpley too, so I like it. I think it works well, not only with like the sweater concept, but also with the other colors I got. So I also got one skein of black for the, I'm gonna do stripes on the, like, outlining the red part of the sleeve, and also for the cat details. So I'm definitely not going to use all of this, but I mean, I feel like having some black scrap yarn is always useful. This is also Knitted for Olive heavy merino. The color is Coal. Same thing as the other one, worsted weight, all that stuff. And then for the red, I couldn't find a red that I liked in the Knitting for Olive heavy merino, so I went ahead and I got this color in Cascade yarns, and I just got one skein of it because it's more yardage than the others, but it is still a worsted weight. The only difference, so this one is 100% wool, but this one is superwash, which I didn't realize when I ordered the yarns that this one's superwash, but then the Knitting for Olive is not. I'm hoping that's not an issue, especially when it comes to blocking. I did make a swatch for the sweater in the main color, and I blocked it and it was fine. It didn't really expand, like just really a little bit, so I'm hoping that it all works out. But here's the three colors. So I think they do look really good together, even though they're not really colors I would reach for normally. I really like how they look together. I think the red and the Plum Clay looks really good. But yeah, so there's those. And then let me show you what I've done on my sweater. It's probably more than you think. I've been working on it for about a little more than a week now. I think the yarn came like last Friday or something like that. Today's Saturday, so I've been working on it since then. And I can actually put it on at this point because I have the back yoke finished and I'm currently working on the front yoke. So I have, here, let me put it on. Yes. So I don't know if I mentioned it, but this is the Sonia sweater by Petite Knit pattern. So I've been working on it. This is my first like drop shoulder construction sweater that I'm making, so it has been interesting. As you can see, we have the back yoke here. Did some German short rows on the shoulders, and right now I'm just elongating this part. I'm planning on doing the cat after in duplicate stitch, so I'm not going to do any color work on this except for when I do the stripes on the arms with the black and the red. So yeah, that is our progress. I'm really excited. I feel like I'm really making good progress with this. I made myself like a little schedule kind of so that every week I know where I need to be in order to finish this in time. But it's going well. And yeah, so this week I definitely want to finish the front yoke portion, and probably also join in the round and start the body as well. So yeah, that's where we're at. I'm very excited. I feel like this is all going well. I feel like I might even finish everything like earlier than I expected, which means maybe we can still do some sort of like Halloween garland or a pumpkin hat or something like that. So I will definitely keep you updated. But yeah, that is where we're at now. Please don't mind the dirty mirror, but I just joined the body in the round. So I wanted to try it on and just see if the sleeve holes fit nice, and they do. I'm so excited. I feel like it's looking good. I think it's gonna fit well. I also just switched to 6mm needles to knit the body in the round because my knit stitch tension is a little tighter, as shown in my gauge swatch when I made that. So hopefully the 6mm will kind of even things out as I continue. And yeah, it's looking good. So I used up my third skein of yarn on this sweater so far. So we just have a little tail here. So what I'm going to do is actually go back and pick up stitches to knit the collar now, because I know that that can affect or it will affect the fit as I try it on. So that will be my fourth ball of yarn that I'm adding to this sweater. I think I got 10 of them. So I'm definitely fine on yarn. We're not even halfway through it. So yes, I'm gonna stop and do the collar now, so that when I try it on, I can get a more accurate view of how it's gonna look on me, how it's gonna fit, all of that stuff. But so far, I do think the 6mm needles are working out. I don't really see a difference in my tension here, and I've already knit about 2 inches today. So like 2 inches. So. Making good progress.
I just want to see if I don't know.
The pattern calls for an interesting way to create like the fold for the double collar. So it looks like the knit stitches are continuous, but then something with the purls creates this very prominent like crease line. And then it's gonna fold over and it'll be a collar. And I guess it just creates less bulk here to do that. Those like special rows halfway through. After what felt like forever, we have a collar. I'm going to try it on and make sure it fits over my big head. I think it will. It's actually kind of stretchy. Let's see. The moment of truth. Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. Sorry, the camera's shaking. I'm on my bed. But yay! Okay. Ugh. Now, we continue with the body. So I have an update. Today is Tuesday, October 7th, I believe. And I'm a little bit behind on what I wanted to have done on my sweater. Since I wanted to have the whole body completed by this past Sunday. But I think I'm about to bind off. Let me show you. So I knitted it at a cropped length. And this is the ribbing that I have so far. So the pattern told me to go 4 inches, but honestly, I think I'm going to stop here just because it's a pretty big chunk of the sweater. Because it is cropped, so I feel like if I went any longer, it would be like a kind of like a statement sort of thing, and I don't really want that, so we're gonna stop here. The pattern also calls for an Italian bind off, which I have never tried before, so I'm a little nervous about that since I do hear a lot of people talking about how much time it takes and how much they hate it. So yeah, but I'm gonna give it a shot, and hopefully I don't mess it up too bad, and hopefully I can finish that today, since it's still early in the day. So I do have work, but when I come home I can hopefully finish it later, and yeah, and then we will have a finished body, and then we will be able to move on to the sleeves. I am still working on my socks as well. Those are kind of like my travel project that I'm bringing around, like when I'm out of the house. So I haven't finished the first sock yet, but I am getting there. So maybe next time I'm working on those, I will show you an update on those as well. Okay, it's later and I am home from work, and I just learned the Italian bind off, and I can confirm I think this is going to take me a little while to do. Probably not going to finish tonight, but I don't know. We'll see where the night takes us.
Get a good overview of this jungle.
Pardon my messy appearance, but it is Wednesday now, and I finished the bind off. So here's what it looks like from the outside. It was my first time doing the bind off, so I'm not sure if this is exactly what it's supposed to look like, but it looks okay to me. Maybe a little messy, but honestly, I think it looks good. So now we can try it on. Oh my gosh. So I was hoping that it would fit loosely over my hips. That was my concern with the ribbing. Okay, the moment of truth. Okay, oh my god. Okay, oh my god, I'm so excited. So we have like a vest, right, essentially. The shoulders come down a little bit lower because they're kind of rolled up right now, but what do we think? I think it looks awesome. I think it's perfect. And when I block it, it'll probably get a little bit longer, and I'm probably gonna block it so that the ribbing is a little stretched out, so it's kind of more like flowy at the bottom instead of cinched in. But I think it's perfect. The length is exactly what I wanted. I don't like when it's too long. It's perfect. Oh my god, I can't wait to do the sleeves. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I did notice that my collar is a little twisted. Ugh. I don't know if I'm gonna go back and fix it. I kind of don't want to, but I don't know. Maybe if I have time before Halloween, I will. But I also did get selected for a test knit that I have to have done by the beginning of December. So I'm planning on after this to just jump straight into that so I can get it done on time for the deadline. But yeah, I don't know. It's not too bad, but it definitely could be better. This week, the end of this week, I'm supposed to finish the first sleeve, so I am a little bit behind. So I think what I'm going to do is start on that today. I have a few more hours before I have to go to work. So I'm going to try to focus on that and hopefully do, I know there's short rows, and then we also get to use the red yarn for the sleeves, and the black yarn actually, for the big red portion of the sleeve. So I am excited to do that and get into a different color. But honestly, this color has really grown on me as I've been using it. I like it more and more, even though I'm not a fan of gray, but it's definitely giving more brown, I think, which I like. Perfect. That was exactly what I wanted. Also, I did order these brand new Chagu needles. This is the large shorties set. So I have my 5.5 millimeter, which I'll be doing for the short rows since it's back and forth, and then 6 millimeter for in the round, since my gauge is a little bit tighter than what the pattern calls for. So yeah. So I want to give you an update. We have one finished sock. Yay! I'm so relieved that I finished this. However, I did put it on, and I did find that it is a little small on my foot. This part, particularly the actual foot part, which is good because if I have to redo it, that means I don't have to take the whole sock apart. I just have to take the toe decreases out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to block it and see if that helps, if that makes it stretch a little bit, because the blockers I have 3 different sizes, and I think that this size will be good for it. If I could line it up properly. As you can see, the sock blocker will help it stretch a little bit, and I feel like that's exactly what I needed to do. So I'm going to try to do that with this sock while I'm still working on the other sock. And on the other one, I just finished gusset decreases, so I'm like about here with the other sock. So I'm going to block this now so that it can dry before I get to the toe decreases on the other sock, and then I can adjust the length if needed. And then, unfortunately, if we have to frog the toe on this one, then we'll have to frog the toe on this one. Because I really like how they're turning out. I think they're so cute. Look at the stripes. Maybe blocking will be magic. I just need it to be a little bit magic. Just a little bit of magic. Here she is. Looks huge. Tiny update. So my sock is blocked. It's been a few days. And unfortunately, it still does not fit correctly. The foot is still a little bit too short. So I'm gonna have to, I still have my stitch marker in from when I started doing the decreases. So that's good at least. So what I'm gonna do is just pick up that row of stitches and then knit a few more regular stockinette rows and then do the decreases again. I'm making really good progress with the sweater. So we actually have one sleeve done. Let me go grab it. Here she is. So this sleeve is done. I'm really happy with how it turned out. What I did was I stopped doing decreases about halfway down here because I wanted to have like a little puff where it cinches in for the cuff here, and I think it turned out really nice. You could see a nice little, I did 2 decrease rows right before the cuff, and I used 5 millimeter DPNs for the cuff, where for the body I believe I used 5.5, but yeah. So I just finished the red part on the second sleeve, so we're making good progress. I was, according to my like tracker, my activity tracker that I was using to keep track of the time for the project, I should be done with the second sleeve by today, the end of today. But I did include some like buffer time just in case I wasn't able to meet those deadlines. So hopefully I can finish the sleeve in a few days, and then by the end of next week still have the cat details done that I'm gonna duplicate stitch. Yeah, so that's gonna be fun. I'm very excited. It fits really well. I'm excited to see what it'll look like after I block it, because it is very, there's a lot of structure to it right now, and I do want it to be a little bit more flowy. But yeah, we're doing well. I'm about to join a new ball of this plum color. So, and we have 3 left as of now. So I definitely am not going to use it all. So I'm going to have to find something else to do with the rest of it. Maybe gift stuff. No, I'm looking a little rough right now. I'm a little sickish. But I just started the cuff on the second sleeve of my Marceline sweater. So I wanted to show you because we're almost done. So after I do the cuff, I just need to do the duplicate stitching. Sorry about the text. And then we will be done.
But I can get a lot of crocheting done when I've got Jeopardy on. So let's continue.
Are you ready for the reveal? Oh, the camera's at a weird height right now. But I just cast off the sweater and I'm excited. So as you can see, the main sweater is done. No more knitting. So it's a little, I haven't blocked it yet, so this is fresh off the needles. I did do a regular bind off on the sleeves because I was like, I don't got time, okay, for an Italian bind off, alright? So, and I think that the regular bind off looks just fine, so leaving it at that. I think that the red stripes are well placed compared to how they look on Marceline. And yeah, when I block it, so I'm gonna block it tonight, and oh, sorry, I'm like out of breath. I'm a little bit sick. I'm like congested, so like I cannot breathe through my nose. So that's why I sound nasally too. But I'm gonna block it, and I'm really hoping, I really want it to be a lot nicer of a drape, if that makes sense. So right now it's pretty stiff, and I don't usually like how ribbing cinches. I mean, I know that's like the nature of ribbing, but I would prefer if it was a more straight drape like that. And of course in the back it's a little high up, so we need to change that as well. So I'm just gonna really stretch it when I block it. And yeah, the sleeves are a good length, so I don't think I'll do anything to those really. But yeah, I'm excited. Let's go block her. So now that I'm done with the sweater, I've been working on the socks, and I'm up to the toe on the sock that's not finished. I mean, they're both not finished, but this was the sock that I did not finish yet. The other one I still have to unravel, but I'm on the toe on this one, and I really, 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 really want to try to finish it today, because I'm running out of time. Today is October 28th, and I just don't know if I'm gonna finish everything on time. This video might come out after Halloween, which I really didn't want to do, but I still have this to do, and I still have to unravel the toe on the other sock, knit a little bit of stockinette, do the toe, and then I still have to do the duplicate stitching on my Marceline sweater as well. So there is that. I feel like it's a lot to do. I am mostly free tomorrow, so I think I'm going to try to do the duplicate stitching tomorrow and hopefully get it done in one sitting, maybe 2 sittings. And then, yeah, I don't know, I'll just work on the socks as much as I can. And that is that. Please don't mind the mess on the floor, but this sock fits so much better. I have to do the Kitchener stitch still to close it off, but it fits a lot better. I probably could have even made it a little bit longer, but honestly, I'm leaving it here. I think it's perfect. What? She's done, and she is inside out because I was weaving in the toe ends. But here's one sock. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and unravel the toe on the other sock. So on this one, just to let you know, I did knit about an inch more in the regular stockinette before I decreased for the toe. So that's what I'm gonna do for the other one. I'm gonna unravel the toe and then knit an inch in stockinette and then do the toe again. Yay. 2 freaking socks finished. Complete. Ends woven in, not blocked. You can tell that one was blocked and one wasn't. This one was not. This one was. But I want to wear them tomorrow because today is Thursday, October 30th. And so tomorrow's Halloween, and I do want to wear these tomorrow on all my adventures. I'm not going to block them. I'm just going to wear them out. So it's about 6 o'clock. And I have been working on my duplicate stitching onto my sweater. I started on it last night, and I got a little bit of work done on it, which I will show you. But tonight, I really want to finish it. I don't know if I can finish it tonight. I might have to finish it tomorrow morning, but I have a change of plans anyway, so I'm actually not going to be wearing the sweater for Halloween. So it's kind of just an arbitrary deadline in my head now. But I do really love the sweater still, and I'm not too upset about that. I just had a change of plans, and it's not really going to be like sweater friendly. So I'm going to do something else. But let me show you what I have. So here is the progress. I got most of this done last night. As you can see, it's not too much, but here I'm working upside down so that the stitches are oriented correctly. I guess it doesn't really matter, but I don't know. I'm just working upside down because I want to. But I have my stitch markers marking where the design will be. So this will be like the bottom here. And yeah, it is going well. I've never duplicate stitched before, so that was fun to learn. It's pretty simple, which I kind of expected. It's not very complicated at all, honestly. I'm having some complications with like puckering here. I think that's just a tension issue that I'm trying not to carry over as I continue stitching. But yeah, I'm using a chart here that I derived from another creator. So I actually bought the original sweater pattern that I bought had a chart in it. I will link that in the description, but this isn't her exact chart. I actually ended up altering it quite a bit to make it fit my sweater in size, and I also just kind of changed up some of the pixels and the eyes and stuff. And then I think after I duplicate stitch all this stuff, I'm going to just embroider the mouth of the cat, which you will see hopefully when this is done. But yeah, so I have, this is the red yarn I use for the sleeves, and then this will be for the pupils, the black yarn that I use also for the sleeves. And then I didn't buy wool, yellow wool, so I'm just gonna use this acrylic that I have in my stash. So hopefully that's fine. Hopefully it works out. But yes, I'm going to really try to get this done in the next few hours, and I will hopefully check back when it's done. The sweater is done. Yay! Here's a little 360 for you. Here's my little cat details. So it has been a few days since Halloween. Today is November 5th, I believe. I believe I did finish it on the 1st, on November 1st. There just wasn't enough time in the day, guys. I had plans, I had things to do. But here we are, and we're done. So this video is going to come out after Halloween, but whatever, because it's fine. But I am really happy that it's done. I really love it. It is so drapey, and I believe this is the first time you guys are seeing it after blocking. Blocking definitely helped it a lot. It's really drapey and nice, and the sleeves are perfect length in my opinion. I can roll them up, all that stuff. I have the socks done as well, so I'll insert a video of those. I'll talk about the socks first since we have them here. The socks were really fun to make. I've used the pattern before, and while I don't think that the pattern is awesome, I think that it definitely does the job, and it is free. So that is also a perk of these socks. If you've done a few projects, I think that this project would be, or this would be a good sock pattern for you. It would be fine. It does have the heel, flap, and gusset, so you would maybe want to keep that in mind when picking a pattern. But I think they're really easy to size, and they do fit pretty well, and they turn out pretty well. Now about the sweater, like I said, I do love how it turned out. I might want to block just the cat area, like maybe do like a spray block of it, just because it is a little, can't really tell, but it's a little bit stiffer than the rest of the fabric, of course, because it is thicker because of that duplicate stitch. But it was my first time doing duplicate stitch, and I will say it was definitely not as hard as I thought, and I think it turned out pretty well. I did end up doing this outline around the cat, which I think definitely makes it look a lot more finished and nice. The pattern specifically, this was the Sonia sweater pattern by Petite Knit. I didn't really have any issues with it. I thought it was pretty great. I did end up doing some sleeve modifications, so I didn't do as many decreases and didn't do the Italian bind off on the sleeves like the pattern called for. I just did a regular bind off, which I think turned out fine. The sleeves are a little bit less stretchy, but I mean, the body isn't really stretchy either, and I did the Italian bind off for that. So I don't know, I think it's really a matter of personal preference, but overall I think the pattern was pretty good. Petite Knit is obviously very experienced, and I'm sure she has people to help her write patterns, so I think that most Petite Knit patterns are going to turn out well. I like how the collar sits on me, which is I haven't knit a lot of sweaters, but that was definitely a worry for me, since the first sweater I knit, it kind of sits a bit high up, even though I did do German short rows on that. I also liked the drop shoulder construction, which I also had never done that before, so that was interesting. I think it definitely gives you a really nice drapey fit on your sweater. It's very boxy, which I like, and it looks cozy, right? It looks comfy. The yarn, I will say, not my favorite. It's my first time using Knitting for Olive merino, and it is the heavy merino, but it's just a little bit scratchy for my comfort. I can definitely get away with it, like it's not really bothering me too much, but I would definitely wear a top underneath, but it is still scratchy on the arms, so if that's something that you are sensitive to, I would maybe try a different yarn, or the Knitting for Olive regular merino, the fingering weight might be better since it is a thinner yarn, so then it might not be as scratchy, if that makes sense. I'm definitely willing to use this yarn again in the future though, because it's not unbearable. I know it's been a while since we saw this, but here's our finished clown hat as well that we did in this video too, so he's kind of just been chilling. But this one turned out great as well, I think. I think I'm going to give it away as a gift for Christmas to someone that I know who really likes Halloween all year round. So that'll be fun. I think that he'll enjoy this, and it will maybe get a little bit more use from someone that does not wear, or from someone that does wear hats, unlike me. But yeah, I'm really happy with everything that we made for Halloween, even though I wasn't able to finish everything before Halloween, and this video is coming out after Halloween, but whatever. Knitting is knitting, crafting is crafting, and it's gonna get done when it's gonna get done. Thank you so much for watching this video, especially if you stuck around this long. I know it's been a long one. A lot of firsts for me, a few ups and downs. So again, I appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!